The Arizona podcast is brought to you by Giant Protective Coatings, a flooring company that specializes in epoxy flooring and concrete resurfacing systems. They speak Spanish, they're in the LA area, and they are an amazing company to work with. They have awesome customer service and they give you honest quotes with great work, and I couldn't recommend them enough. So if you use the promo code Arrows Up, you get a 15% off on your next project. So call them, reach out to them. You can find them at on the internet, triumphcoatingsca.com, and you can request a free quote and all that fun stuff. You can follow them on Instagram, triumph_coatings, and they do speak Spanish and they do great work, like I said. So check them out. Promo code Arrows Up, 15% off your next project. Welcome to the Arrows Up podcast. On this episode, Friday edition, I have David. We get into the different realms of what would I call it? Like discipline, I guess. We talk about discipline. We talk about the importance of staying disciplined and kind of tapping into a competitive fire that we all have deep down. And so we get into all of that and a bunch of other random stuff, as we always do. Free flowing conversation here. So it's what we do. It's what we get into all the time. So I hope you enjoy the conversation. And here's David. Here we go. You connect sound all weekend, and then you get on the pod and you act.
I brand new. Yeah, I'm
You
all
act
like,
like
wait,
you act
what?
like
Like,
you act like an old man. Like, what is this button?
I'm the old dude doing like Zoom meetings, like middle of COVID. Like, what? Like, it's not turning on. Have you tried the on button? Like, like,
Your camera's upside down.
dude. I have like a bunch of like browsers open, just like random stuff, like just like dinner reservations for later. Just
You don't know how to mute yourself, so we just hear
I'm
everything.
like yelling at my dog. Like the dog's like just like doing his thing, and I'm like Marcy, to the dog, and you're like, oh,
We're like, Hank, please, can you mute yourself, Hank?
Hanks. Oh, that's good. Oh yes. Okay. All right. Microphone stands. All right. We're here. Dang. I don't remember the last time or like when we did like because you said free flowing, you're like free flowing, just free flowing combo because there's no like guest on. It's just us vibing, hanging out.
Yeah, we haven't had a like a topical pod. Maybe KB, maybe, but even
Right.
maybe. Um,
Because even then, yeah, there was the album, but it's like we were just talking about. You were asking us like all kinds of stuff.
mhm.
So maybe Gladiator with my sister. I don't know, like just because that was the thing.
Yeah, maybe.
But that was a while ago. That came out like in November, I think.
Yeah.
So, you know. But yeah, last night we were watching. Eli had mentioned it, but there's a little like documentary thing about Christopher Reeve, the guy that played
Mhm.
Superman, which is it's kind of like it's funny to say the guy that played Superman because a lot of it is about how he was as an actor before he got that role, and
Mm,
then life after the role,
right.
life after the accident that he had. And it's just because like apparently he, because I just thought because he was in Superman, I was like, oh, this guy's like good actor. You know, he played the character well, like the duality of Clark and Superman together. And he was like a Broadway guy,
Hmm.
so those guys usually have like really good acting skills. But I think they said in the doc, like aside from Superman, I think Superman 1 and 2. Aside from that, all the other movies he ever did, like none of them were commercial successes. So it was just, and you're just like, what? And so he really struggled with the whole like, no, no, like I'm an actor.
Hmm.
But everywhere he went, Superman, Superman, like he was on during doing a play, and they would still call him Superman. He was kind of like, bro, it's like when you get that like when like Star Wars characters, you get that big role, and then it's like it's
Hmm.
all you're known for, and you're like, you know. And so,
That's that's one of those things that's you want that, but then
yeah, you don't realize what comes with it, and it's just like, oh man,
but also would you it's probably better to be that
the
than to
starving
be
like.
well to be the guy who's like in a bunch of things, but everyone's like, oh yeah, he's the guy. I think I've seen
He's like,
him.
I know his face. I don't know his name, but I know his face. Like, yeah, and
Yeah, because I've heard like it happened to what's his name? George Costanza's character.
Jason Alexander,
Yeah,
yeah,
Jason Alexander. Um, and it's like, okay, but that's
you were iconic, bro. Like,
yeah, like would you rather be, I don't know, Newman? Because Newman is like, oh yeah, Newman,
he's cool.
but that guy
Yeah,
isn't like somebody could also be like, oh yeah, that's the guy from Space Jam. It's the fat guy
yeah,
from Space Jam.
yeah. Oh, he was in Jurassic Park. I think the first Jurassic Park, and it's like, yeah, he did that one thing. You're like,
Yeah,
okay,
you almost become forgettable. Well, it's in sports you get the conversation. Would you rather be the role player that won a bunch of titles or the best player on the team that never won? Would you rather be in basketball?
right, like
It's would you
Barkley.
rather be Barkley or Robert Ory?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it just
Or the
depends.
guy that had like a big moment in the game, and is like, if you're Malcolm Butler, it's like you
Right,
have that moment, and people know
right.
you for that moment, and you're like, no, I'm actually a good corner. It's like, yeah, you're okay, but that Super Bowl with the like it's, and you're like, all right, bro, I had a
Okay.
whole career, like, you know,
See, in football, I feel like it's different. Like I'd rather be Dan Marino than Malcolm Butler,
really,
just because of the that Super Bowl is when we talk about it, it's he made the play, but we still it's like Brady got like he
right.
beat the Seahawks. And Marino gets remembered in a really good light. Like, oh man, like he was really good. He just ran
He
into
just never
the
he never got
upgraded
it, but yeah,
United. Yeah.
yeah. I saw, I didn't finish the whole thing, but like Bill Burr was on Edelman's pod,
Yeah.
and he was talking about the I think it's the '85 season, like the Bears won, right, and I think they only lost the one game, and
Hmm.
it was to Marino and the Dolphins. Um, and and you know Bill Burr, like he's a bit like big Boston guy, so he's gonna be like all New England out. But he was like, nah, man, Dan Marino, like that guy was like, dude, like one of the best I've ever seen, best to ever do. He's like, he just didn't get the big one.
Mm.
And that's typically like that's how you know someone is like they're like he's special, because it's the first thing they bring up. But like, dude, like this guy like had it all, man, just couldn't get the big
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, which is super. which is hard, you know?
Yeah.
It's I think like I look at like Josh Allen and I think we all like it's the assumption he's gonna get one, but
It's like, dude, we might just,
he might not,
yeah,
you know? Like Lamar Jackson, he
he
might
might
not.
not. Burrow, he might not.
Yeah.
Like, it's, you know, also you like at the same time, like you don't realize how, um, like with the whole Mahomes thing, I haven't been very like, I'm like, yeah, they made it again, but then I'm like, dang, bro, I've been on the other side of that where it's like with like watching Brady make it almost every year. You're just like, and then I start doing the math, and I'm like, dang, it's been a couple years, and this dude keeps finding his way back. Meanwhile, the other guys like can't seem to figure it out, except for Bro like that one time. But it's like, oh, he just can't. He's taking that spot, and you're like, oh man.
Right, right. Yeah.
But
It's out of those guys who if 10 years from now or 15 years from now their careers is over and someone tells you this guy didn't win one, who would you be the most surprised by?
man, I think Burrow,
Yeah, me too.
just because Burrow has been there, like he pulled the Eli, he swiped the card. He's like, I can take Mahomes. Let me take him. Took him out and
Mm.
went to the bowl. And he's got that like he's got that killer instinct in the big moments.
Right, right.
So you're like, this dude,
Yeah, you
I don't
give him
know, like,
an average defense and
right. He could pull like the Brady thing where he's like, oh, I could take him. Give me like one or two little weapons, solid defense. He's like,
yeah.
I can do it, regardless of like But because with the other two, I
Yeah,
don't
with
know.
the other two, it
They
seems
kind of
like
have that. They kind of have that little gene of like getting finicky in those big moments,
well, not only that,
or
but
just like not showing up at all, and you're like, .
or the like Josh Allen has that Aaron Rodgers feel to him where Aaron Rodgers, you look at his who he is as a player, and he's one of the one of the best. And then you look at his playoff history, and you're like, dang, like
Yeah,
how does he only have one title? How does
yeah,
that guy only have one? And you look through his playoffs, and not all of it is his fault, but there's just some bad losses, and I can see Allen kind of fall into that. Like
yeah,
he was good, and it wasn't necessarily his fault, but he just was never able to get over the hump. And we're with Burrow, I just trust that he could get one.
yeah,
And Lamar, I gotta see I gotta see it to believe it.
yeah. No, yeah, yeah.
I have no belief for that guy. And once the calendar turns to January, September to December, yeah, he's amazing.
Electric.
But January, yeah,
He's like until he gets when he's like Lamar Manning. He's like the fourth Manning brother. Like like he's just there. He's like regular season. You're like, oh my god, like go like crazy numbers.
well, would you rather be Payne or Eli?
Peyton,
Yeah.
you can call me okay. Little not like tangent if you will, but
Mhm.
the whole Eli thing. Like I've heard and I've heard, I don't know if it's because it's like they beat the Pats, but I've heard even like Edelman say like, "Oh yeah, like Eli Manning, like Hall of Famer," and I'm like, "All right, cool. He's got those two bowls, great moments.
He, yeah.
Led the league in interceptions. I don't think he was also ever like, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think he was ever like All Pro or a Pro Bowler.
Right.
And there
And
were
I think
some really bad years there where it was like, so it's like, yeah, I get you had like, but come on, man, like and
I
then,
I
like,
think I think outside of those Super Bowls, I don't know if he has a playoff win outside of those.
yeah,
So it's like he made the playoffs and he won it twice, but he was like not. I mean, he's borderline average.
he's I looked at his like all time record too. He's even across the board.
Right.
I think it's like 117, 117. So I'm like, let's like I'd still rather be Manning because Manning, yeah, I know we gave Manning crap for that first half, but like, dude, when he did get two, and then put up those crazy, like you talk about Ray Lewis talks about him and Brady, how they were very different in
Mhm.
studying them,
Yeah.
and he's like Brady was like the slow burn guy, like you wouldn't really know what he was trying to do until it was too late, but he was working at it whole game. Whereas
Hmm.
Manning was like in your face testing you with all the stupid like fake calls and stuff. He's like he was
Right.
relentless when you were across from him. And so that kind of stuff you got to take that into account, man. How it makes the opposition feel.
Yeah.
Because I bet there weren't like I'm sure there were dudes lining up against the Giants in those years when they weren't making the bowl, and they're like, "Damn, bro, like I might get a pick or two today," And it's like that wasn't the case with Peyton.
Right. Yeah. I
So
think that's the he lives off of those Super Bowls like nobody else. And maybe because those are two of the biggest Super Bowls there is, maybe,
yeah,
or at least impressive wise, that maybe he can live off of those. But yeah, man, that's
yeah,
the way
that
you feel about Eli is how I feel about Matthew Stafford.
that's fair.
Like that, like obviously, and I go a little, I've gone a little
No,
too
because
crazy.
we had this. Yeah, I remember this
Yeah, yeah.
argument because
So
Eli was a guy that I brought up.
so I'm not gonna like rehash it, but I do go crazy, and it's because he plays for the Rams. Um, because if we were still in Detroit, we probably wouldn't be talking about Matthew Stafford. But he's like 108 to 113. That's his like overall record. He
Yeah,
has that one like run in the Super Bowl, and it's like, yeah, I mean, okay. And so I, I get,
I okay. I hear you, but like just looking at the player, like their personalities, like I'm like, dude, I don't know, man. Maybe you put like Stafford like on those teams. Maybe he doesn't lead the league in interceptions. You know what I mean? Like as far as like the individual, because
yeah, but you give Eli a Megatron. I mean,
right, but a subpar defense because he had great defenses. Like that has to, you know.
he had great
And
defense.
I've heard a lot like
Right, though.
you're hearing a lot of players talk about like just like practicing with him, like throwing with him, like they talk really well about Matt Stafford, and it's like,
Yeah, yeah, that he has
you
like an
know,
amazing arm, which is true.
yeah,
He can throw it
yeah.
like very few people can.
Because
But
CJ Stroud was even like, bro, he said if you put Stafford on those Packers teams, he gets that's what Stroud
no,
said. That's what Stroud said. I'm just saying
okay, but
that's
Stroud was
I don't know what reason he would
Stroud,
have to be.
Stroud doesn't also doesn't know didn't know who Ricky Waters was. So I don't know if I can take
But
CJ.
you got to put some stock in that. You have to.
Do you? Do I?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
When someone okay, all right, because if Stroud plays good this upcoming season, because yeah, he had like the okay, but like if he doesn't blossom into the guy that we think he is, he's spoken about how he's like, dude, he's like, I watched like he's one of the guys that I would study, like on his
No,
individual
for
skill
sure, for
alone.
sure, for sure.
And so
But
that's what I'm saying. Like that
I like
alone
that.
versus like Manning, I'm just like
I just feel like the Aaron Rodgers slander is getting too. I get it. He's a weird guy that like experiments with like mushrooms and stuff, and
not
he
even
like
that. Just
hates. He's anti-vaccine. So I get it. He's a totally off the rails guy. But prime Aaron Rodgers,
No, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Stafford is
Like
not touching prime Aaron Rodgers. Let's drink some settle down juice. Come on, like let's calm down.
I'm just saying with CJ Stroud. That's it. You know, like that's what that's what I'm clipping. I'm holding on to that.
You're like, hey, that wasn't
Hey,
me.
that's yeah, like just a chill guy. You're just
I'm just passing along the
dude.
message.
I love watching him and Michael Parsons go at it because they're just like the two. Like they're still kids. They're like essentially
Yeah.
kids. Like they're just talking smack to each other. Like that clip when they're talking about, he's like, "Yo, who do you want like your all time offense like players right now and your all time defense right
Oh,
now?"
right.
And he lets Micah choose his guys, and he's like, "Oh, dude, you're cooked." He's like, "Yeah, I got this guy, this thing." He's like, "How do you stop this guy and this?" And it's just
Yeah,
watching him, and then he made up the play on the spot. He's like, "Oh, we're gonna run this route." He's like, "I just made this up right now," and I'm like, "Dang!" Like,
yeah, yeah. It's they're entertaining together. It's fun.
yeah, but yeah.
Yeah,
So
when they're doing their all-time team like Pennsylvania and California.
no, it's I think it's Texas, and I think Micah's
Oh,
from Texas, isn't he?
oh, he's from Pennsylvania.
Is he?
Yeah, and
Hey, yo,
so
that, hey, wait, if that's true, that's a wild comparison. Pennsylvania, like you got to choose, like, my opinion, to call me a homer. California's number one with like the football stuff.
yeah, but
You got to choose at least Texas or Florida to compete. But the little, I get there are good small states that have like
well, it's because
good cultures.
Micah, because he's like, oh Brady, because he's a California guy, and Micah was like, I don't know about. I remember watching them. I'm like, Joe Montana. Joe Montana's from Pennsylvania, bro. Like, you got Dan Marino. Dan Marino's from that area too. So yeah, it's just, and that's when he says. That's when Micah says Ricky
Ricky
Waters,
Waters.
and he played for the Niners, so I know who he is. And he's like, who? And I'm like, oh, come on, CJ, what are we doing?
Dang. I was watching a little bit of the pivot last night. You know the pod with Channing. You know,
Yeah.
and they had Cooper DeJean on from the Eagles,
Hmm.
and he's from this like tiny little town in I think it's Iowa
Yeah.
because he was a Hawkeye, but and they were just like, oh, like what's the name of the city? Like, how do you say it? And blah 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 and all this stuff. And I was like, man, how small was this school? The whole town is like less than 1,000 people.
Really?
Yeah, and so they named his high school like, oh, like, and
For
it's just
him?
it's the initials of the school. It's like it's OAGB. It was some like weird like an acronym.
Yeah.
And he's like, what? And they're like, what even is that, Cooper? And he's like, yeah. So he's like, my city was so small that they combined four cities into one school, and it's still even then like a very small school. So the city's from, it's called, it's like Odebolt or something like that. But he's like, yeah, let's like, it's like 900 some people. Then the surrounding three cities, we all come together to make the one little school because that's all we had. And so it was cool to hear a story because like he gets the whole like, oh my god, like white dudes playing, yo, white boys are back in like style at corner as DBs too, like safeties, like you've seen a couple at safety, you know.
White boy
But
summer. White boy summer.
yeah, like that, like there's hope. So like I saw
Shout
when
out
he
to
got,
Derek.
and I was about to say, bro, when he was on, I was about to say, hey, yo, like white boys are back in style, bro. Like let me line up in the secondary, you know. But so they're asking him like about um like how you felt at each level, like kind of surpassing um like the barrier, I guess.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'll be honest, man. He's like, I didn't think I had what it took to go like to even to college, or like to D1 college. I
Mm,
think Iowa was the only like big school offer that he got. And
yeah.
he's like, yeah, he's like, I had good seasons, I put up good numbers, but it's like I did know that I was from a small school, so it's like, what are the odds of me making it? And then getting there, being able to compete with the talent that was there. But he was like, actually, but as I went, he was like, after that first like couple months of like settling in, he's like, no, I could do this. And then boom, boom, gets drafted. The whole, starting for the Eagles, and I was just like, Dang, dude, that's crazy. I cannot imagine like living in a city like that small. Like I talk about like Paso here, and like it is sure relatively small, but like
Mhm.
900 something people in one city, a
Yeah.
town, wild. But yeah,
Yeah, it is something to hear the stories of the dudes that go to small schools and make it all the way. Like the
hmm
Jerry Rice one,
yeah.
he went to like a small school. Then it makes you wonder just how flawed some of the high school rankings are.
Oh yeah,
And it makes you wonder how much of it, like how much of an athlete making it is about the willingness to do the hard work.
right.
Because I think talent when you get to that level, not that it doesn't matter, but it's not enough, you know? And so I do wonder if one of the things that needs to be studied more and taken into consideration is the competitiveness of someone.
Yeah,
Because they'll grade the physical stuff, which is great. I mean,
right,
you have longer arms or you're naturally stronger, that's gonna
right, right. You got
help
a
you.
great vertical. Okay, cool. Like, can I
But
expect you to show up early to practice to put in the extra reps after? Like,
yeah, like, do you show up
yeah,
needing to win everything, or are you just cool with whatever? And I was watching this interview that they were interviewing this former basketball player who's now a coach, and I think you've seen this clip. Raja Bell, he's the guy that close line Kobe. Kobe's driving, and
okay,
yeah, so that guy, and he coaches his kids, and he was saying that he doesn't let his kids play for a few months, like because especially now with AAU and all that,
right,
you got kids in third grade playing like ridiculous amount of games and they're training like they're pros and they got a shooting coach. And it's like, bro,
yeah,
you're 9 years old, man. Let him be a kid. And he was saying how all the basketball that the kids play now desensitize this
desensitizes.
yes, them from losing because it becomes all about getting your own stats.
Mm,
And the winning and losing kind of is secondary. And I'm like, dang, like that makes sense why you get in pro basketball, these guys are just going to switch teams every once in a while, and every so often now. Like they get tired of a place and they're not happy. Jimmy Butler was talking about finding his basketball joy, and I hear him and I'm like, dude, like you're getting paid like $50 million. That's I don't know. That's your joy right there,
be
man.
joyful when you go home with those millions and can buy
Like
whatever. Yeah,
I just don't know it, but it's if you've been playing that much basketball where it stops being about winning and losing and it's all about you because it's not even about the money because they're getting paid a lot of money. It's all about you, then yeah, like I can see why things change and I can see why a dude like DeJean is able to make it and some other high ranking high school guy isn't because of the
right.
competitive nature of especially football because football I think it's just far more competitive than basketball because you can't go through the motions in a football game.
Yeah,
Because you're gonna get hurt. You're gonna
yeah,
get hit and you're gonna get lit up and you're gonna get hurt. So even in a preseason game, you have to go all out,
yeah. Well, you got to make the roster. You're like, I might not
right?
even be
Or
here
even
next
just
week.
just to stay healthy.
Yeah,
If you're like a Fred Warner and you're out there, you can't just be like, yeah, I'm just gonna like. I'm just gonna jog from sideline to sideline. You can't because someone's gonna block you and they're gonna hurt you.
Driving into the ground. Yeah.
And so it's one of those things that it does make me question a lot of the rankings that we see because on TikTok there's this page, I forget the name of the page, but there's this page that
It
kind of
ranks the
does like,
California teams. Have you seen that
yeah,
one?
like where are they at now?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
And you're just like some of those dudes, like it's like a top 10 list of whatever. And it's like, dude, like maybe half of them you hear of them, and of those 10, 5 you hear, of those five, four, like three are in the NFL as like backup, and maybe one is like,
One
oh
is
yeah,
and one
that's
is
a
like
household.
starting. Yeah, one is like, oh, I know that guy.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, that's crazy.
yeah, yeah. I've seen that one because you'll see like, like nowadays, like they made like memes about like the college season or previous years.
Right.
Um, I remember there was a player from Baylor a couple years ago, super tall, like defensive end, big guy,
Yes.
and there
Yeah.
was a picture of him at the pregame like handshake with the other captains,
Yeah.
and it was this dude, and he had like his shirt like rolled up so you could see like stomach, and just
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
unit, an absolute unit. And so they were making memes of like, yo, like this is the guy that's like, you know, like I was like, oh, like he's here to like to take your daughter out, and it's like, hey, like have her home by 10. He's like, no, I'll have her home like when I want. It's like, cause he was like a big guy, and it's like, and that guy, I don't think that guy, great player, but I don't think he like made it to the league, or he ran into some trouble and then made it to the league, but just wasn't the same. And it's like, oh, just like
Right.
that,
Well,
like
that
just
guy,
you know,
he got accused of like
like some
sexual,
allegations, right? Yeah, yeah,
and they turned out to be false, which is super sad.
yeah. And so it's like you
On
see
his
like the
body.
little journey, and you're just like,
Yeah.
oh dang, bro. Or like the dude from Long Beach Poly, he got like a scholarship to SC. Girl accuses him, it's all false. He got a shot like with the Seahawks and the Falcons, but it's like, oh, he just wasn't the same player at that point. He just the coach was like, oh, he missed too much like the learning curve in college, and it couldn't translate. And you're like, dang, bro. But it also like because I love how you said it makes me question like the ranking system, but also the some of these evaluations. It's kind of like the Moneyball thing, like the stuff that they look for probably shouldn't matter as much, you know?
Right.
Because like even I mean I keep bringing up Edelman, but like Kent State playing quarterback, and then you hear he had Edelman had Bill O'Brien on the pod, and he's like, I remember the day Belichick came into my office and he had your tape, and he's like, hey man, check this guy out, and he's like, he's playing quarterback, but Bill said he's like, he's playing quarterback, but he's not a quarterback.
Tell me
He's
what position.
yeah, he's like,
Don't
I need you to
tell me
assess
what
him. He's
position.
like, yeah, and he was like, here's what I think he can play. Tell me if you see the same thing too, based on like
Yeah.
his skills and what you see. And so they're like, yeah, dude, like O line sucked, so he had to just survive. And he's like, he could play maybe running back, receiver, return punts and kicks. And then you're like, you're telling me like most other coaches like missed this or couldn't see this, and you're like,
Yeah. I think it just kind of shows you the extra stuff is as important as the talent and the natural stuff because it only gets you so far. Does that happen
mm.
in music?
Sometimes, but I would say it's different because you could have like great work ethic, but
You can either play or you can't.
yeah, you can play or you can't. But then there are also people that like they can play, but it's like they just might not be into the same stuff that you're into musically, and just like as a vibe, like hanging out outside of the music, and it's like, it's like maybe I can call this guy for this, but I don't know if he'd be a good fit for this. Is like if this is what we're trying to do,
Oh,
you
okay. I
know,
see what you're saying. Yeah.
and vice versa. Because like I've been called for things where it's like my skill set might not be the
But what?
best for the job, but you know, I like to think that like I show up like prepared and it's like a good time to like to have me around. Like the hang is super important too.
Right.
Um, but yeah. So there are some similarities, but there are some because it's like because then there are also some dudes where it's like if they can play, you're like, oh, bro, I'll have them around. Yeah, just bring them. Like I'm glad to have them if they can play. If they can play what I want them to play, I'm like,
Yeah.
just do it, send it. But yeah, man, it's weird. I remember watching a like the NFL channel does like those top 10 lists, right? Like oh, like top 10 like best like pass rushers or like most punishing
Hmm.
tacklers, whatever. But they did one on like um top 10 undrafted free agents,
Okay.
and there were some dudes on the list where I'm just like, and even the guys presenting the players were like, I don't know how scouts missed this guy. I don't know how they didn't decide. Like, sure, because there were some guys that had maybe like a big injury in college, and it's like it's questionable if they're going to be the same guy.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, there were some that were just like, dude, no one decided to draft this guy out of all like everyone that was available that year, and you're like, come on, dude,
Yeah.
Um, but I think it was Tony Romo was undrafted, right? I think he might have been on that list where it's like, dude, like no one wanted to pick this guy up, and like because I think he was from a small school. Um, but yeah, it's a trip, man. And then you see like I said, like stuff like Moneyball, and you're like, some of the stuff these coaches look for isn't always the most important. Because yeah, like those videos you mentioned, there's like all those lists of like 5-star recruits. Where are they now? And you're like, oh, they did the league for like 2 years and then they fizzled out.
Yeah.
And you're like, dang, I remember that guy was the man. But I used to what like, oh, I used to see so and so's like highlight tapes in school, and
Yeah. Like
you're like, yeah,
I
they didn't.
remember, what's his name? Jason White from Oklahoma won
Mm,
2 Heisman trophies. And I was like, how did that guy not make the NFL? But I think he like just didn't want to play. And he like got
yeah,
insurance or something like that. And it's like, dang, like that's
yeah,
like he was
it's
good enough
crazy.
to win Heisman trophies. And then he was like, yeah, I'm good. I don't want anything else.
Yeah,
Which is crazy. Yeah, I have a hard time with whenever you see, especially right now since it's like mock draft season, the NFL drafts around the corner, and it's like, dude, we don't know, man.
do you have a heart, bro? Believing the analysts, like you're just kind of like,
Like, okay, I mean, I guess or when they do like the grades, it's like right
yeah,
after, like we don't know,
right.
like
You're like,
how.
oh, this guy's a. This guy gets a B- for today. I just couldn't see it. The conditioning. Oh, his hips opened up a little bit. Like Charlie Cashley's giving out grades, and I'm just like, these are the same guys that told us that Brady was like a system QB, couldn't drive the ball. Like I burn the whole place down, bro.
Yeah, because they did this with Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts, next generational tight end, oh, blah, blah, and it's like, bro, Kyle Pitts sucks, man. That guy,
Dude.
and it's just we're just told over and over what this
Yeah.
is or what this.
Or like JJ Watt also got like a bunch of bad grades. Like,
Yeah,
oh yeah, like, like pad level, blah blah. And it's like, dude, you're talking about a wrecking unit. Like, really? Like you and it goes back to that like Steve Martin thing. It's like, dude, like you don't know what's in here, bro. Like some of these guys,
yeah,
they got something else to prove. But
didn't open his heart.
yeah, man.
Yeah, when they do the whole like he's too short, I'm like, okay, but that can't be
Right.
unless you're talking quarterback, and even
And
then,
you're like 5'9". Like if like it's
yeah,
like because like I've like we've seen 5'10", 5'11" guys do okay. Like it's not impossible.
yeah. But when they do like he's too small, because they did that with Aaron Donald,
Yeah.
too small, and you're like, okay, but that can't be it. Like if you're just like, yeah, we can't draft him, he's too small. Uh-huh. Like what else? Like is he? like to give me
It's
more.
like he can't control that. Tell me about the stuff that he can fix that you don't like.
Right,
You
right.
know,
Because
it's like,
there's a bunch of tall dudes that are stiffs too.
yeah,
So you can't just say, "Oh, I'm just gonna draft the tall guy." Um, yeah, it's super interesting how that works, especially when you go outside of sports. Because in outside of sports, it matters too. Like if you're just consistent and you work hard, um, that matters. That kind of overrides all the so-called talent you may have.
yeah,
Like it's just that old saying that availability is the best ability, and it's cliche, but it's so true. It's such a fundamental part of life. If you show up, you're gonna have a better chance of succeeding than the person that doesn't, just by the mere fact that you showed up. That's it.
yeah,
Coaching little kids. One of the things you learn about coaching little kids is some kids are you can't teach competitiveness,
yeah,
natural competitiveness. You can, I mean, but because I would see some of these kids, and some of these kids like really cared about winning and winning anything. We were at practice, and they wanted to be the one with the most hits. They wanted to, get the
they
most.
want to be the first one in line to do a drill. They want to, like, you
Yeah,
know,
and there was this kids that were good, and they showed some talent, but they could care less.
yeah,
And it's like, man, like this is evident at this level. Like, forget just a different like setting. Like at this level, it becomes evident who is and who isn't competitive, who wants it and who doesn't want it. There was a kid who would cry after every loss. He would cry, and it was one of those that I didn't want it. I didn't want to. One of the parents was one time like, "Oh, like it's okay, like it's just the game." And I told him, "No, no, no, like it's good. Like he should hate losing because
yeah.
it'd be one thing if he became a brat and he was like, like a jerk if he lost, but he just like
Right, right.
so like hurt by the loss. So like that's good. You want this. Because the opposite of this sucks. The opposite of this, the apathetic kid who just like, oh,
He doesn't care, and then he goes through
yeah,
life like, and it's like, well,
do I
like,
get my snacks now? Like that kid's
yeah,
with the kid who's like, I don't even want to eat. Like I lost. Like yes, like you want that. You want that to be what you have inside you, and not everybody has that, which sucks.
yeah,
You know. Do
yeah.
you see that in when you were coaching the kids in the summer program?
Oh, dude, bro, there were kids that would I had this one kid show up one day. He wasn't there for very long because you could like sign him up for like, for a little bit or the whole thing.
Right.
But this kid was like I don't even know his name. Like we're just like stretching, put the balls out, and he's like, I bet I can make more shots than you, like to me. And I'm like, okay. I was like, all right, let's see it, And then so we started like playing like horse and stuff, and then like, and he was good. And then we go to the next one. Like he's like, I bet I could beat you 1-on-1 in soccer. All right, bro. Like, let's see, And so, and then you had some kids that hated losing, but it was like they don't want to do anything after they lose. And I'm like, come on, bro. It should piss you
Yeah.
off enough that you want to keep trying. Like we do dodgeball, and this one kid, as soon as he was out, like someone would, tag him when he was out.
Hmm.
He'd be like, I don't want to go back in. And I'm like, oh no, I'm about to call like a new game, and then you can go back in and you can get him back. You can, And he's like, no, and you just sit down. And I'm like, bro, I. So it's like he would hate losing, but he would hate it so much that he's just like, I don't want to do anything. And I'm like, no, you should want to try again, even though you lost,
Right.
and then try harder. So It was, and then you had some kids that just like they're like, "Yo, man, I'm just checking out these clouds sitting in the shade. Let me be." And I'm like, "I'm gonna let you do you." Like, just So you get all of them. You get like the whole batch. You get some that are like they're out and then they're like, "Oh, I can't wait to go back in." So like, because I would be playing dodgeball with them, so I'm out there. They're like the little soft like the foam
Right.
balls,
Right.
and so so one of my like co-counselors, he was like really good, and he was like he had like a crazy arm,
Yeah.
and so he'd be like just zinging it to him. I'm talking like darts, just
Right.
you
Right.
know.
He was like Will Ferrell and Elf just throwing the.
Yeah, yeah. He's like, oh, dude, you thought I was gonna take it easy on you? Like, absolutely not. And because then they would talk smack too. Like as soon as he would show up, they'd be like, "Oh my god, he's here. We're gonna beat him," and he'd be like, "Nope, you gonna
Yeah.
learn today."
Right.
Um, and then the other kids start cheering from the side, and they're like, "Oh, get him out!" And he's like dodging every ball. He's holding like three or four balls at once, and just like
Oh man.
so. Yeah, it definitely reminded me of all like the schoolyard stuff you would do with like your friends when you're just like, "Hey, let's do kickball. You want to do handball?" And you're like,
Right.
"Yeah, he beat me. I gotta get him back." And you're like,
Yeah.
so it was fun, dude. I was like, I found myself out there just like being like, "Oh, you think you could get me in dodge, bro? You're looking at the champ here. Come on, So
Yeah.
we used
It's
we used to do counselors versus kids, and they would be like, like an elf
right.
when Wilford would be like, Santa, they were like, yes, like counselors versus kids, and I'm over there like, like,
You
dude,
guys are about to get this work.
yeah, and it's like, oh, and then they're super stoked. Like, say like they get one of us out, because they see us as adults, right? Just adults.
Hmm.
To them, if this is an accomplishment, they're like, oh yes, we got him out. We got like the big kid out. You're like, all
Yeah.
right, I respect that. I see you. You're crafty with it, so
Right.
yeah. Because they'll plot. Some of them would like hide the ball like under their shirts, and you're like, dude, I can see it, but I appreciate that you're like trying to sneak up on me. Come on. Or they have it in their shirt behind their back, and they're like walking up slowly, like all like nonchalant. You're like Tyler, I know you have the ball. Like I see you, I see you,
Right.
and then
I know
and then,
you
you,
do it, guy.
and then while you're talking to him, my counselor comes up from the side and just like takes him out, and you're like, you got caught slipping, bro.
Yeah.
But then they get me like that too. I'd be talking to one of the kids, like talking smack, and then little Joey comes up from behind and then take me out, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get you next time.
Yeah. It's such a it's so interesting because you do think, well, at least I thought teach you can teach someone to be competitive, but you can't. You really can't because it's people are can be truly apathetic about stuff.
Yeah,
You know?
I think there's some kids that can be like guided to it, but then there's some that are just like, oh, it's just not in them to care at all about. Like if you push the right buttons with the right kid, where it's like they're
Yeah.
on the fence, maybe. But then there's like I said, like the kids sitting off to the side in the shade. I could tell them like, oh, bro, they're not gonna
Yeah.
until they find the right like trigger point in like another thing in life. It's like they're just, if it comes to sports and this is how they are with sports, like that's how it's always going to be for the most part.
Yeah. And I think it's also for some reason, and I hate this, the whole idea of it being, it's not cool to try hard.
Oh yeah,
And it's like, why not? Like, I don't understand. Like, you don't want me to try?
yeah.
I
Oh, you're
just,
above trying, like just
right. Yeah. I was playing my little brother 2K the other day, and I hadn't played 2K in forever. And so we're playing, and, I had to remind him.
you gave him that work. You
And, in the second game, he's upset and he's mad that he's not beating me, and he's like, oh, you're just a tryhard. And I'm a tryhard because I'm beating you. Like, well, what are you talking about? You want me to not try hard? Like you think that's an insult to me? I don't understand. But it happens so much. Like this whole idea that
Yeah,
oh you don't care, and you would see that in school, like the kid that would show up with like
his homework done, like just like
yeah, it's like oh that kid sucks, or the guy that would show up with just the cuaderno,
yeah,
the
yeah.
notebook. It's like oh yeah, that guy's cool. That guy doesn't care about school. Like he doesn't even have a pencil. And you're like that's
Oh,
cool. Like that's cool.
dude.
I hated that guy, man.
Yes,
Whenever he would ask me
yes.
for a pencil, I'd be like, nah, man, I got nothing for you.
I ain't got one for you. Yeah,
Yeah, like I only have this one.
bro. I had kids that would like class. I'm saying kids. I'm an adult, but like classmates at the time that like they'd show up with like the bare minimum, and then
Yeah.
like their fit was just like, oh, just the white T-shirt,
Right,
and it's
right,
like, and like you just go around wearing like a Hanes, like just the regular, like that's.
right,
I
right.
know you got the funds, bro. I didn't see your dad pull up in the whip. I know what you really. This is what you chose to come to school with, bro. I'm serious, bro. Bro. I had classmates that like would do. I had this one classmate.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna say his name, but
right.
um, but um, and it's funny because you mentioned like the whole like AAU thing.
Yeah,
Um, played Pop Warner. I didn't play Pop Warner, right? I was always like too heavy for my age, and then
yeah.
but this dude was like a running back for like the local Pop Warner league.
Mhm.
Phenomenal player. Like we'd be out at recess. This dude's running circles around everybody.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, he would also show up and like wouldn't do his homework, would talking class, like just class clown kind of vibes too.
right.
This one time, I remember he got in trouble so bad, and this one I'm gonna take a little shot at the parents right now. Parents, all these AAU type Pop Warner parents that be trying too hard for the make sure your kids are good in school and just in general before you come trying to put like the sports before because this dad came like begging for like oh no like forgive him like he'll do better like he's a great player blah blah you know like, that whole shtick right
Yeah,
and I remember the day his dad went and I was like oh so and so's dad is here um and I think there's a correlation because like you said like they get desensitized like to the winning thing because they would win a lot. I remember the Pop Warner leagues in Whittier were just like they great programs all around. Not even just Whittier, but even like El Rancho had good programs, the Pico Rivera, and then Norwalk, Santa Fe Springs, all those guys. But by the time we got to high school, this dude was like totally like I don't know if like if he was like just washed or just didn't care anymore, didn't want to try, and he was just like like, and so he just phased out. But I'm like, what about all this smack your dad was talking about? Like oh like come on, bro.
yeah,
Next, I don't care about all the trophies you guys won. Nah, bro.
yeah. It just
But yeah, single notebook, little white shirt, and everyone thought he was cool. And I was like, bro, screw that guy.
yeah, like tried hard. It's cool. Like we should.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't understand that mindset. This mentality of
dude.
don't try hard.
Yeah,
Don't because it just I don't get it. I don't understand how that even I don't understand how that even happens. I don't understand how we could even push that as a society knowing that you're that doesn't work in real life. That doesn't if you're gonna just not try hard, then you're not gonna succeed. It's just the way it's just the way it goes. I just don't get it. I don't understand.
yeah.
And so yeah, he was pissed. He was pissed. He's like, oh, you're try hard, and I'm like, okay.
We're like, then what does that make you, bro? You should want to try to beat me too. Like what? Like
Well, I'm walking away with this dub. So
yeah.
all right, you're the one upset on the couch over there. So like I'm good. I'm good.
As you're eating your dub, like James Winston style, you're like, these dubs are good, bro. Like,
I'm good in the West.
oh,
Yeah, it's baffling, and it happens all the time. It happens everywhere. Like at work, there's the person that's always like, "Oh yeah, I don't even care about this job," and you're like, "Okay,
oh,
like then leave, bro. I don't know,
yeah.
Get out of here. Nobody. I don't even need this job. I don't know. Why are you
It's like,
clocking in?
well, yeah, like I don't know, maybe quit so we can bring someone in that actually wants to be here. Like, like the whole like
Yeah, at Starbucks, you would get the people that would say that, like, "Oh yeah, I don't even want this. I don't even need this job." You're like, "I don't know, bro. Weren't you the guy last week asking for my shift?" I don't know.
right? Oh, dude.
Did you say you needed hours? Now you don't need this job? All right, I got you. How does
What
that
did you become like a surgeon overnight? You're sad. Like you're like you hit the lotto. You got the Mega Millions.
You know when you see this a lot too is during tax refund season. Everyone that gets their tax refund,
Oh yeah,
they think they're rich because they're thousandaires for like a
a
little
couple
bit.
hours. Like
They go out. Oh yeah, 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 it's got to eat. They get
yeah.
appetizers when they never get
Give me.
appetizers. They're getting the extra large drink when they typically just get the medium.
They're getting dessert after. Like it's just
Yeah,
like
you're like, okay, all right. They're calling off of work. It's cool. It's cool. I don't need it.
I'll see you in a week. I'll see you in a week. I'll see you like.
Yeah, it's funny, man. It's so funny to
Did
see.
you say thousandaires? Is that what you said?
Yeah, they're thousandaires. Thousandaires for a little bit.
Oh my gosh,
They're
oh,
living off of that tax refund.
dude.
It's it's funny, bro.
Bro, oh my, your dude, appetizers, like, oh man, I'll see that with like buddies when it's like they get like a cocktail or two at like a nice place, and I'm like, bro, those cocktails are like, I mean, I'll get one, like one, maybe one,
Right.
but I'm like, bro, that's your third cocktail, and those are like 16, 17 bucks a pop. What are you doing? Like, come on, that's, and in my mind too, I'm like, we could hit this Taco Bell right after and eat like kings
Right,
with like
right.
10 bucks. Come on, like you're getting one drink. Like
Yeah.
I'm like, chill out, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to Kodo with the 66 bucks. Shout out to him. Um, yeah, it's dude, it's so crazy how that happens so much. And it's all part of the psyche, you know? Like if
Right.
you're not a competitive person, and not just even sports, just in life, you don't want better for yourself. You're not
Right.
chasing after something. You kind of just become doughy and comfortable with yourself. And that's just awful place to be mentally, physically, spiritually, just in every sense of the word. It's just a horrible place to be in if you're just soft and
Mm-hmm.
not chasing after anything because it's the chase of it that makes you want to go after it and do and keep working and keep adding to it.
Mm-hmm.
um and it's we've talked about we've talked about this with like the music stuff and even with like some of like when I've talked to like your dad and stuff. And I think when you stop, it becomes really hard to kind of like pick it up again and
Get back
chase.
into it. Yeah.
Yeah. Because it becomes super impossible. Well, not impossible, but it's super difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Um, when when you start when you started to play football and then when you started to play music, does the discipline of football help you with the discipline of music?
Yeah. Yeah, because it's. I mean, even now, right? Like, so I remember there were times like when I was when I played in high school, there were times where, like I said, I had teammates classmates that I knew from a young age that played a lot when they were younger,
Yeah.
and a lot of those guys, man, I think by the time by the time I was a junior, all those guys had just they just stopped playing ball, like because their priorities had changed, you know. Like, but sure, the sports team, but I could tell, I'm like, their hearts wasn't in it anymore. They stopped playing.
Right.
Some did have injuries. I did see the downside of like dudes that had played part more since they were like 4, and I'm like, damn, bro, you got back problems and you're like 16, you know. So I saw that
Yeah.
too. But yeah, but me and a couple other guys, we were always the guys that were like in the off season would like we'd ask the coach. I used to ask the coach, hey, coach, like, is there any chance like you could? Are you gonna be here on Saturday morning? Like, what, you know? Oh yeah.
Right.
Any chance we could open the weight room for a couple hours? Me and some guys want to come in and get some work in, and coaches would be like, okay, you want to come in and work out on like in like January, like on a set, like, and they love that, you know. So and so that kind of stuff carries over, you know, because you want to start doing music stuff, it'd be like, all right, like, do we want to get extra rehearsals in? Like, are we working on this music outside of it? What
Right.
do we need to do to make sure that we come out on the right side of this?
Yeah.
Um, and that's huge. And sure, there are like just how we're talking about like the competitiveness. There are musicians that I know that are like that, having not played sports. They're very hard workers.
Right.
You know,
Right.
I have a buddy that goes to a music school in like in the Bay Area, and super hardworking guy. Not at all a sports guy, but just in general, a hardworking guy. Um, Even with his music stuff, like he, you know, and so I see guys like that, and I'm like, he's gonna be fine. He's gonna be okay, you know. But then there were other kids in the program, like even at the college I was at, where it's like I'd be like, oh, these kids don't have that competitive bone, so they don't even know that they can get so much better if they just practice a little more or like care, like attempts, you know, because there were definitely kids that were like, I'm just here because I know how to play, you know, whatever instrument it is, and it's like, all right, bro, damn. And the thing here, like, because it's a small area, if you were to do that, say you go to like I don't know, like East LA College maybe,
Mhm.
right, or
Yeah.
some other school in it. I bet there's someone else behind you, like ready to take your spot, like in the band, like
Right.
even you know what I mean. There's like next man up kind of vibe. That isn't a thing up here because it is a small area. So it's like if you have a big band, right, like the jazz big band, typically I want to say it's 4 or 5 trumpets, 4 or 5, you know, trombones. You know, you go down the line.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
If you're short a couple guys like per section, like there is no next man up unless you want to call like a high schooler to come up from the, and they do that. They'll call up high schools, but like if they see one that's like hardworking and can play. But if you're like out of luck and there's no next guy up, you're like, whoa, so and so doesn't want to practice, and he's kind of all we got, you know. And he becomes like the Starbucks guy that's like, oh, I don't even need to be here, bro. I don't even. And it's like
Yeah.
so. And I had other like bandmates that like we'd be sitting in rehearsal at school, and they'd be like, dude, we're wasting our time, like because those guys over there don't practice. I can tell they don't practice at home,
Yeah.
and so then they show up to rehearsal and they're just unprepared, haven't practiced their parts. And so you end up spending a chunk of the rehearsal trying to get them to play their parts right. And so it all adds up, right? Like I don't know, like in music we always say this, but rehearsal is not the time for you to be practicing your individual parts. You
Mm.
should do that at home,
Right.
your individual parts. And then when we all get together, it can be efficient and we all put the parts together. If you get to rehearsal and you can't play your one part and you're the one messing it up, that's on you, bro. Like that's does that make sense? And so that would happen a lot where like people or sections in the band wouldn't know their parts. And so we'd spend a good 10, 15 minutes just trying to get them
Mm.
to push in the same direction as us.
Yeah.
And so discipline is huge, man, you know? So but even now, like you know, because we're doing like the weight loss thing, I'm seeing a lot of this stuff like resurface where it's like I want to go do the work. I want to make the better choice about eating right. and
Yeah.
so it kind of is like riding a bike again. You know, like I was just talking to my boy Jacob, like he posted like his meal,
Yeah.
and it was like a healthy. It was almost like keto friendly. Like it was like some protein, some fruits, and out. So I commented. I was like, "Hey, bro, like you're doing. I see you. You're putting in that work." And he's like, "Oh man, I have to. You know, I got to make these changes." But I know he knows as bad as he and I have gotten as far as like taking care of ourselves. It's like,
Right.
oh, he knows. And that's the thing. Like when you've been like a competitive person or an athlete or whatever, it's like it. I don't think it ever leaves you, but you just got to find
You got to
that
tap into it.
you got to tap into it again. And once you do, you're like, okay, it's still in there. I still got it, you know? So, but, and you see that even with, okay, like a lot of these retired athletes, you can easily tell, like, who still is just competitive because they like being competitive. Like someone like Brady,
Yeah.
like they're making that joke of like, I forgot what game it was, but they're on the sideline just throwing the ball around to Gronk. And they're like, bro, that football is his Green Goblin mask. It's calling him to unretire.
Yeah.
Like Brady, sell that stake in the Raiders and then come back. We'll still take you, you know.
Right.
And you
Right.
can tell that guy likes to compete. He likes to talk smack. He likes to work hard. And then
Yeah.
you see other guys that retire and they gain like 100 pounds. You never see him again, and it's like, you know. So, but yeah, definitely some crossover because, like you said, like it's not just the sports thing, but it's like a life thing.
Right. Right.
So those you know habits are there to tap into again.
Hmm.
Um, and when you do it, you're like, oh, I still got it, you know. So
Right. Yeah. I was looking at pictures, old pictures on Monday, and I was looking at pictures when I was vegan, and I had like dropped a bunch of weight. And I'm like, dang, I used to look like that, yo. Like that's
yeah,
crazy. Um, and it just, kind of gets you. It gives you that extra, like, okay, I can get there again. Like
yeah,
I've done it before. This isn't new. I've done this before, and yeah, it's just like that extra push that you need to get you to keep at it. And yeah, and I think you just gotta be able to tap into it. And I think what happens sometimes is you get away from it long enough that you aren't able to tap into it as easily. Like
right.
it takes longer, it takes more to tap into it. Uh, and like today, I woke up at 5 a.m., went to the gym, and it's just, I've been doing that
Danger. Okay, I see
like
you.
February, actually.
Because okay, because when you said, because earlier today you're like, oh, I woke up early. I had my coffee already.
Yeah.
I thought, oh, this guy like he got up early like to do the pod. But now
Right,
you're
right.
telling me, no, but I went and worked out. Like I was up before.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, all
So
right.
like 3, 4 times a week, I'll get up at 5, and I'll just do it. I'll get it done. And it just the the mindset of it just kind of changes because that whole day is now different. And we talked about
Yeah,
it before just,
right.
it's you work out and all of a sudden you're like, I don't know if I want to throw it away with a donut. I don't know if I want to kind of just
Right. Maybe I don't need
rush.
those fries with that burger. Maybe just the burger.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I think it becomes and it also this competitiveness of like last week I was lifting this much. This week, let me pick it up a little
Yeah.
bit. Let me
Yeah.
maybe I can't add more weight, but I can do two more. I can do two more reps, and all of a sudden you're just pushing yourself a little more. Find myself like sweating,
Mm,
and I'm like, okay, like I'm pushing myself, and yeah, man, it just it takes longer to tap into it if you haven't been tapping into it, but once you're there, it's just like, okay, like we're
yeah.
we're competing, we're looking, you're sizing people up, like, oh, what is this guy doing? All right, I can do that.
Always living that much. That's not.
Right.
That's easy work. Light work. Call me
Yeah.
Floyd. I'm like,
It's just the way it goes because when you stop chasing it, it's over. But at least it feels like that.
Yeah. Well, then to like, because we talked about this in the past, but like the power that like shame has over people when you try like because that'll come up when you try to tap into stuff like that, like just like those old good habits, and you're
Right.
so far down the rabbit hole of like how bad it's gotten. I mean, because that's how I would like for the longest time. I was just like, because it, dude, I remember it was like when I was at my heaviest, and you'd be like with with friends, and people talk about working out, or you see them in the gym, and and I would always be like, as big as I was, I would still be like, oh, but you're lifting, oh, you're lifting that much, okay, that's cool.
Right.
And I think to myself like, oh, I could still do that, but then it's like, nah, bro, you can't. Like it's been, and then you're like, well, maybe I should get back into it, and you're like, nah.
Right. And if
But
you
that,
could, you're not. So
yeah, exactly, yeah, and but the feeling of shame comes in, you're just like,
yeah.
yeah, it's heavy, man. I
Yeah.
told you, I told you like a few, well, I told you and the guys like a few months ago, but like a member like noticed that at work was like, oh, you've lost some weight. But I had a guy yesterday too, and this guy like doesn't like rarely talks outside of like hi and bye. Um, and he's from France. He has like a pretty like thick French accent, and so greeted him when he came in, and he was walking by, and then he stopped, and I was kind of like, oh, what's he gonna say? Because you never know what people.
Right.
And
Right.
he's like, hey, he's like, you've lost some weight recently, no? And I'm just kind of like, yeah, a little bit. He's like, yeah, and he's like, I can tell, like even just like your face, like the shape of your face and everything. And then he's like, how much have you lost? And I told him the number, and he was like, he's like, no way. He's like, good for you, man. He's like, yeah, but he'll also see me like when I'll go and like work out off the clock.
Right. Yeah.
But he's just like, no, man, I can tell. He's like, you're doing good, man. Keep it up. And so that was that, right? And then I told my boy, I told Uzi, I was like, hey man, like so and so just like he just noticed this and that. And he's like, and it's funny, he was like, he talked to you outside of hi and bye. He's like, that guy doesn't talk to anybody. Like he just like he actually said something other than hello and goodbye. He's like, I didn't know he could talk that much. But but it was cool, man. But it's like you like with the pictures of yourself before, you were like, oh, I can get back there. So when the guy told me, he's like, oh, dude, you're doing, and I was like, I can keep doing this. I can keep this up.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And it's funny because I was looking at those pictures, and my sister, she looks at me and she's like, "Dang, that's inspiring you, huh?" And because she must have like seen that look in my eye. And I'm like, "Yeah, because I could do this again. Like this is
Yeah.
a reminder of like I've done this before. I've
Yeah.
gone up this mountain before." And the difference, I just have to stay on it. I got off the mountain and, kind of gained everything back. But I just got to stay on it. And if I stay on it, then we're good.
Were you vegan? Was that like 2017, 2018? About
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
I don't know why, but because we weren't as tight then. But I remember you like posting about it, like even on your Twitter.
Yeah.
And I remember, I think it was Adrian's wedding, but we were because I think we spent the night at in Cerritos, right? I think,
Yeah.
and we were there hanging out. And I remember I was asking you because you said other people would ask you too. I'd be like, hey man, like, because at the time I didn't know as much about like the vegan diets and what's available. But I was
Right.
like, where would you get your protein? Like, what would you eat most of the time? And you were like, oh, like beans, rice, like veggies, obviously. But I remember as you were saying this, you were already off the vegan stuff, and you were eating like you made a sandwich. I remember you made a sandwich. It was like,
Yeah.
so you were just eating like straight cold cuts, and then you went and made a sandwich too. And I was hungry too, and I was like, hey, and he was like, do you want a sandwich too? You kind of looked over at me like, you want a sandwich? And I was like, and it was just like I think it was just like turkey, like just turkey and bread and
Right.
cheese
Right.
maybe.
Right. Yeah.
But you were just sitting on the couch with your little cold cuts, just like, yeah,
Yeah.
just
I
beans, man.
remember.
Oh,
Dude, Agent will see me and like, dude, I don't know how you were vegan, bro. No, like, dude, that.
Because of like eating meat now and stuff, or like how much we eat, or like what do you
Well,
mean?
because I love meat. Like
Oh yeah,
I've always
yeah,
loved.
bro. That's the one where I'm like, because I have like I've had like there's like a vegan restaurant around here. Like it's almost like a fast food style where they have like the comfort food,
Yeah.
and it's really good. Like they do these they call them like ratchet fries. It's like loaded fries, but they do like the impossible meat or like
Yeah.
impossible like carnitas on it. And like I'm not kidding you. You have it and you're like, if you didn't tell me this was vegan, I would think these are like just like asada fries or like chili cheese because
Yeah.
it looks and tastes so real.
Right.
But man, nothing beats like a nice
Nothing.
like little piece of steak or like kind of asada or just like some chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Shout out
So
to you, bro. But I could not do that. I'm like,
yeah, it was funny because when I was on it, I wasn't the for the animals vegan, obviously.
right.
So I remember I bought some leather boots during that time, and it was for Peter's wedding, and I bought some boots. And I was working downtown at the time, and I walk into this restaurant, and the lady's like, "Are you vegan?" And I'm like, yeah, 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 I am actually." She's like, "Are your boots vegan?" And I'm like, "My boots?" And I'm like, I don't, I don't know what you mean. Like, are they leather?
You're like, they don't eat at all. Like you're like,
Yeah, they don't eat.
yeah, yeah, like yeah, oh yeah, of course they're vegan. They don't eat. You're like,
um, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, yeah, they're leather." And I thought like, oh, she's gonna be like, "Oh, nice boots." It's like, you know, you're not supposed to be. You're not a real vegan if you're wearing animal product. And mind
that's
you,
so annoying though.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
So
yeah,
this
yeah.
is like younger, brasher me. Older me now just
Did
stays
you respond?
quiet,
What did you say?
moving. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm not doing this for the animals. I'm doing this for me. And she's like, oh no, if you're gonna be vegan, you have to do it for the animals. I'm like, no, no, I'm doing it. I want to lose weight.
Yeah, it's just like a health
I
thing.
could
Yeah,
care
yeah,
less what happens to the animals.
yeah,
She was horrified. She was like, oh my, like what?
yeah.
Like you don't care about animal rights? I'm like, come on, animal rights. Get out.
Oh,
Let's be real. So yeah, it's when I learned like, okay, like, and obviously this is a lay, so so people get a little too carried away with stuff. But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it's the like I went to some like vegan food market and they're like selling like vegan leather, and I'm like, bro,
Like let's call it what it is. Remember the whole like the cauliflower steak? You're like, it's a
yeah,
piece of cauliflower. Let's not
right,
do
yeah,
this.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I was a bad vegan from that standpoint because I was like, bro, it's not, it doesn't, come on, like let's call it what it is. Let's be real about that.
yeah.
Um,
And it's funny because like the whole like the animal thing, like the mistreatment of them, like for sure that's a thing, you know. But to stop that, it'd have to be a whole systematic breakdown of like the factory farming, like the
right.
corporations, and it's like I'm not gonna do that by myself by buying the eggs from like the lady down the street here in Paso. That's just not gonna help, you know. Like that, like real talk. Like that's like
Me buying my eggs from Vons is not me stop. If I
yeah,
stop
yeah,
buying my eggs from Vons, it's not gonna stop anything. Trust me. Farmer John is still gonna be fine. If I
yeah. Like
stop buying
it's
my
like
bacon,
that train has left the station. Those dudes are just they're killing the cows where they want to kill them,
you-
and someone's gonna buy that bacon, even if it's not me. Like,
you're yelling at the wrong guy, lady.
yeah, yeah,
The
but
boots are made. The cow is dead. I don't know
yeah,
what's
yeah.
going
I'm about to eat the cow. That's why I'm here. You know, like, and so,
on.
oh, but I thought of like Joe Rogan was talking about why he hunts, and he's like, I saw like the animal things, and he's like, it bothered me enough where I was like, I'm either gonna go like vegetarian or vegan,
Yeah.
um, or become a hunter because the hunting is like more humane. You go out, you get the animal yourself,
Hmm.
like you take it out of its misery instead of just like what they do to like to the cows and stuff, like they milk them and all that stuff.
Right. Right.
Um, which he was like, which was like funny because like yeah, like you think of the Joe Rogan, you're like, oh, like he's he used to fight UFC, like very rah rah. But
Yeah.
he was like, like it bothered me enough to see like the pigs in cages where it's like maybe I should just go out and hunt boar myself. So like I'm not partaking in that, which I'm like, you do you, bro. But like I said, Farmer John is still gonna be Farmer John,
Yeah.
and millions of people in the U.S. are still gonna go out and like they're gonna buy those hot dogs on 4th of July.
Yeah.
It is
It's
it is what it is. It is what it is. Like
bro,
oh, but for them to be like pissed at you, like
the self-righteous people when it comes to that stuff. Like at
or
working
like
in an
the
office, they'd be like, "Oh, that's a waste of paper." I'm like, "The tree's dead. The tree has been
it's
cut.
already I can't plant this paper,
If
bro.
I
I can't.
throw three more papers, it doesn't save a tree." So I'm not a lumber. I'm just an office guy. You're yelling at the wrong person. Man. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you.
Take it up with Paul Bunyan, bro. Come on. I just like just but it's fun. Okay, so so
Go climb a tree and save him. If
yeah.
that's where you want.
Step outside real quick. And then so KB, he's a server, at a restaurant. And so
Right.
he actually served like a big artist that he and I like. And
Mhm.
this guy is vegan, and so he served him breakfast, and he asked him about like the options that we have, and he was like, oh, he was like, I'm vegan, so just to let you know, like if you have those options for me, that's what
Yeah.
I'll have. And so KB was like, oh, we got these overnight oats, um, and which like you soak the oats, right?
Right. Right. Right.
And he's like, "Oh, it's got to be vegan though." And then so Katie was like, "Oh, okay." He's like, "Well, it's made with like it's almond milk. It's not regular milk." And he's like, "Okay." But the guy the artist just wanted to make sure. He's like, "Oh, it's got to be this." He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "No, I got you. I'm picking up what you're putting down."
Yeah.
He gives him the oats and he eats them. And then later on, KB was like, crap, I think there was honey in those, and the honey's not considered because like the animal, the bees, like the
Oh,
whole.
right.
So
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
just like anybody is like whatever. He's still enjoying them. He's like, come on, bro. Like it's the bees will be okay. But I'll just crack it up. I was like, all right, bro. So
Bro,
some honey's not gonna kill you or the
bro,
bees.
the amount of dude, I would have people would ask me, "Are you a honey or an agave vegan?" And I'm like,
Oh, that's a thing. They ask about like that. Like
yeah.
if you eat agave, like
And I'm like, I think honey's
that's
better.
that's funny because like I remember when I had my agave in my tea a few pods ago.
Right. Right.
And
Right.
you were kind of like, oh, do you prefer agave? And I was like, and me, I was just like, it's what I had in the cupboard, bro.
Right.
I was at it, but now it makes sense because I didn't know that was a thing. So it's like, are you a honey or an agave one? And I'm like,
Yeah. 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 So
oh,
that's what I learned about all that stuff being vegan.
dang, yeah, that's
I
crazy.
bought this wallet, and leather wallets are the best.
Oh yeah,
And again, I got heat over it. Like, oh, is that leather? And I'm like, yes.
dude, I love my wallet. It's like a simple, like just like the bifold,
Yeah.
and I got it from remember my cousin Ruby?
Yeah.
Her husband Frank works with leather, and so I hit him up.
Oh,
Yeah, but it's funny. Like, remember when we talking about like the homemade stuff or like the
right, right.
like when you buy like American made products and
Yeah.
it's like it's a little bit more costly. But I remember when I hit him up. Um, shout out to Frank, but I hit him up years ago. I was like, I think we had just moved. I was
Yeah.
like 19 or 20. But I was like, hey man, I saw you work with like leather, and I was like, I think I might have asked him for like a strap for my guitar or something.
Yeah.
And mind you, I'd only ever just bought stuff from like Guitar Center or like Amazon when I needed equipment or gear.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh yeah, a good strap, like, $15, $10, $20, depending on like, like what the style you get. So I'm like, I wonder how much it would cost for Frank to get, you
Thanks.
know. And so he hit me with a price at the
Like,
time.
man, if you don't get your cheap butt out of here, bro,
Yeah, yeah, Bo, because dude, I had no understanding of like these kinds of
like two
things.
fifty.
And so, well, here's the thing: it wasn't even that much, but still, for me, I was just like, yikes. It must have been
Under under 100, like 75.
like 80, $90, I think,
Okay, all right.
And so for me at that age, I was just like,
Like, damn.
I was like, damn. And so, and he even told me, he made the emphasis of telling me, he's like, just an FYI, he's like, that price is for you because I'm family. Which at the time I didn't know what he meant by that. I was like, why did you tell me this price for me? I'm the one asking him, like. But I
Yeah.
didn't know he meant like I would charge more for someone else, but since you're family,
And you're like, dang.
So I was just, bro,
Like, I feel like you're taking advantage of me or
yeah,
something, bro.
bro, I left him on red for years. I was just like, I'm sorry. Because I was young, I didn't know what I was doing. I was like, I can't buy that, bro. Come back years.
You were like Tiger King, the Tiger King.
Yeah,
I'm never gonna financially recover from this. He's like 90 bucks.
bro,
You're like, oh man, I
bro.
do this at 19 years old. My financial life is
Yeah,
over.
yeah. I was like,
I'll be working the fields for years to pay
dude,
this.
bro. If that 19-year-old David could see like 27-year-old David dropping 60 for sushi like on a Wednesday,
Like, hey, what are you doing?
it's like, yeah, it'd be like, bro, what, like, what'd you like? You struck gold in your backyard, or what is this? And so,
19-year-old David is like McConaughey and in Interstellar. Hey,
yeah,
no.
yeah. He's like, stop it. And he's like, no. So, so fast forward to like, I mean, how long have I had this wallet? Like maybe 2 years now, 3 years, but a little more experience under my belt, a little more wisdom.
You're a man of culture now.
Yeah. So I hit him up and I was like, hey man, I was like, it's me again. And I even asked him because I hadn't talked to him in a couple years. I think I DM'd him and I was like, hey, like, do you still work with leather? Because you would make. And dude, he was like super nice about it. He gave me the whole like, yeah, man. Like he's like, gave me ideas of like what you would like. Um, and so when he gave me the price, I was prepared to drop, what he would ask. And so I was like, oh yeah, I was like, that sounds good. Like this style, if you can do it, these colors.
This time.
And so, and he's like, yeah, he's like, do you want? So I have my initials on this one, like, cause he put that in
Damn,
there.
sick. Yeah,
His logo's in it. And then like the brand name,
yeah.
and he sent it in like a nice little like package, like it's the package you get where it's like I can tell a human being sent me this, not like the factory where they wrap in stuff and like
Does
that's
he
like
have a shop?
I don't know if he has a shot. I think he has an Instagram page, and I think I DM'd him like on Messenger. But he's like,
What is
yeah, man,
it?
I still
It's like,
Veritas leather. It's like French, no, like Latin for truth. I think Veritas.
yeah.
But yeah, and so when I was checking out his page, I was just um, oh, dude, this guy makes all kinds of stuff. Like he makes like belts, straps, cases for things.
Yeah.
Um, even he'll even put up for you, bro. He'll put the like new binding on Bibles too. Like you do the whole. So I was just like, dang,
That's,
bro. Like
that's
he's got
it.
like a cool little thing going. Um, but no, so I'm super stoked with it. I'm like, dude, I'm like, hey, shout out to the cows, but I mean, this one, like, I gotta hold on to this one. So,
Well, you're funny, bro.
bro, that was
I can't
that
even
was that, dude.
you reading the message like, oh no,
Bro,
man.
I was that sticker of me, the one I always said in the chat of me like looking disappointed. I was just like, bro, are you serious right now? Oh my gosh.
You're like Doc Rivers, like
Yeah,
what?
I was like, oh my
Like
gosh.
$90. What is this? This is for me, my price?
Oh my gosh.
Like what if you you're like, can I get a coupon, a discount code?
Right? Yeah, I'm like, dude.
You're like, man, I don't know, man. That's funny. But it's funny how when you're younger, money is different. You know, the concept of money
Right,
is different as you get older. You're like, yeah, that makes sense. I'll pay that. Like,
right, right.
it's hilarious.
Oh.
And he didn't bring it up. He didn't bring up the
No, that's what I'm saying. Like he super like gracious about it. He was just like, "Yeah, man. Like here's the price if you want. Like, what's your like? Give me your ID so I can mail it to you." I remember if it was like Venmo or PayPal, but it's like, "Yeah, man. Like just send this amount here."
yeah.
But yeah, because for a sec, I was kind of like, "Dang, bro, did I like?" Not that I burned the bridge, but I was like, "Did I like burn the bridge enough where it's like this guy's even gonna like, is he gonna leave me on red if I hit him up? He's gonna be like, oh, this is that cheap bastard that couldn't even afford it last time, and like like just like just
Funny, I'd even like, do you want the strap?
oh man, dude,
But
yeah,
I bet people, I bet he gets so many stuff like that that to him
yeah,
it's part of business. You know, it's just part of it.
right,
Like,
right, yeah, man.
that's funny. With that, do you have a final thought?
Final thought. Yeah, can we take it easy with the bashing of like the Marvel movies? Like, just bro, let them let them do their thing. I saw New Captain America.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I'm not saying I like love the movie, but someone that I know is like, dude, it's a good popcorn movie. You go, you enjoy it, you have your little popcorn.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed the Marvel show that like was released and tied into this movie. So I'm like, dude, I had a good time with it. And remember the whole rating system talk we had where it's like, oh, we got to chill out with the rating systems because it's like
Right.
you might call it mid or, but it's like, bro, I would give this like I don't know, like a 6.5 out of 10. But I had a good time with it. Like it's like just how I
Right.
enjoyed Gladiator. Like we enjoyed
Right.
Gladiator. Didn't love it, but it was like, yeah, you had a good time with it.
So why are people criticizing Marvel? Because I was seeing
So yeah, yeah. So
Twitter, but I'm like, I'm not done.
yeah, I think it's just cool, and I'm sure we like you've seen this too. But like, I think it's just cool to be like complain about everything, like just pissed off about
Uh,
everything. And
but like it's
so
still off, and it's like, okay,
yeah, and so they put out a few like like okay projects, but there have been people want to forget all the good ones too, and I'm like, bro, listen, Marvel had a run when you were in diapers. I don't want to hear about how Marvel stop. I watched the first Iron Man movie up until like yeah, like Endgame, all that stuff. Like that was just golden. And so
and that can't keep going forever. Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. And like I'm sure there's some fatigue. We're so tired of these Marvel movies coming out where it's we just really because I have a hey shout out to Artie, my boy with the he's the Messi fan I told you about,
Right, right, right,
but he was like talking smack on the Marvel movies, acting like they were all gravy, like all the older ones were like super good. And I was like, let's pump the brakes. First Captain America movie was pretty boring. I went and saw it because it was the first one, right? But yeah, it was boring. The first two Thor movies were pretty mid. Third one was amazing. So I'm like, let's not act like everything Marvel put out up until this point was great.
right.
It wasn't. That's like some revisionist. Like, let's not do that. So yeah, I had a good time with Captain America. This isn't a spoiler because it was in the trailer, but Red Hulk was dope. Red Hulk was amazing. There's a Red Hulk in this movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, don't take it too seriously. And if you don't like, if it pisses you off that much, then don't go watch them. I don't want to hear you complaining about them. Just so that's that's me. That's all I got to say. So
That's a good take. Like it.
yeah,
Uh,
thank you.
very similar to your take. My final thought is let's stop complaining about the NBA All-Star game. There's no way to fix it. No one's gonna fix it.
You hear that, Draymond? Like, no, I'm just,
Was it
I'm
better
just
be The funny thing about Draymond saying that, it's like, bro, your generation ruined it.
yeah, Yeah.
So you want to complain about it? You guys ruined it. You guys who don't want to try hard, who don't want to compete, who are all buddy buddy with each other, who all like the GM looks at you sideways or the coach yells at you a little too loud and you want to get traded because you're too soft. All you dudes ruined it. So I know it's fun to complain about the All-Star game and it sucks and it is. Don't watch it. I haven't
Yeah.
watched an All-Star game since like I don't know.
2013. I don't know. Like
It's been a long time.
same with like the Pro Bowl. Like we all stopped watching it. It's
Yeah,
just yeah, just
it's been a long time. And I'm fine. I love basketball. I watch the NBA every night. But what I don't do during the All-Star break is watch it, and I'm okay. We don't have to talk about it. We don't have to watch it. We don't have to
yeah.
try to fix it. We don't have to do any of that because it doesn't matter. The All-Star game is for all the sponsors, is for all the little kids who want to like go and be there. That's what it's for. It's not for the die-hard basketball fan who's watching the Spurs versus the Charlotte Hornets
Right,
on a
right.
Thursday. It's not for us. It's
Yeah,
not.
Garrick's not tuning in for the All Star game, y'all.
Yeah,
Relax. Like
yeah,
it's
it's not for us. And that's the seeing all of it. I'm like, man, like if you didn't know about basketball and if you didn't know about the if you didn't follow the NBA, you think like, dude, like, does anybody like the NBA?
I saw some crazy tweet. I saw a tweet talking about like pay for the NHL, and
Yeah,
they were like, "Oh, it's gonna rival the NBA now because of All Star Weekend."
yeah,
Really?
yeah. The NHL had a good All-Star game. But guess what? You're not going to tune in to watch the Kings versus the Ducks on a random Tuesday night. You're just not. So I'm done. I'm sick. I'm done with like
It's annoying.
yeah, like if you don't like it, cool, but don't watch it. Nobody's forcing you to watch it. I watch none of the All-Star game. And my life is fine. I don't know who won. I don't know who won MVP. None of that. I'm gonna have to look it up because I have to do
Yeah,
an NBA
yeah,
pot later. But I don't care. It doesn't affect me. It doesn't change.
yeah. And then someone brings it up, and you don't go like Jared brought up, "Hey, like when's the NBA back?" And like you didn't go the route of like, "Oh, bro, the All Star." You're like, "Oh, it'll be back on Thursday."
Right. Yeah.
Like the
Because
games are back on Thursday. That's I want to watch ball. Like, what do I get out of sitting here talking about the All Star game and just like,
yeah, it just and it's like, oh,
yeah,
like how do you fix it? Do you throw money? And it's like you know when the All-Star game was fun when these dudes cared. That's what we just want to see people compete. That's it. And the players don't compete, so therefore it's bad. Therefore we don't care. So you can give them $10 million to the winning side, and you know what that's going to do to the fan? Nothing, because you know what's not fun for a fan? It's to hear how much money an athlete has made because they won something. I don't care about that. You care about the competition. You care about these guys care. And if you care, then I care. And it's just the way it goes. So I'm tired of the talk of the NBA. How do you fix this? You can't. You won't. So let's let it be.
it's so ironic because we're talking about the whole try hard thing, and then it's like, do you guys care or not? Well, like make up your mind.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just
Crazy
and it's the LeBron did it like announced an hour before the game he wasn't
that
playing.
he wasn't playing. Yeah,
And everyone came after him. And even like what's his name? Shannon, who like
right.
even he was like,
LeBron
yeah,
sexual.
that
Yeah,
was
like
selfish. And it was if you want to know why people are so critical of the NBA now and why when they talk about Kobe's time, Jordan's time, it's it's different. It's because these guys cared. Now, with Kobe's revisionist history, because there was that game Saban in Phoenix where he quit and he refused to shoot because he wanted to set a point. But we'll ignore that because, that doesn't fit the narrative of competitiveness. But we just have to understand that this is why fans are not as excited because these guys don't play, these guys don't show up. And part of the problem is what's his name? The commissioner.
Mm.
Adam Silver wants to be these guys' friends, and he doesn't want to be tough, and that's what happens for David. You can hate David Stern all you want, but this would not happen in David Stern's NBA, and that's it. But you don't have to watch the All-Star game. No one's forcing you. You're not contractually obligated by anything to watch the All-Star game because even the
Yeah,
dudes
you can.
that
Yeah,
get paid for a living to cover the NBA, guess what? Even those guys will tell you they don't watch the All-Star game. You
yeah,
don't have to watch it. You don't. You learn nothing from the All-Star game. You don't come out of the All-Star game like, I think this team's gonna win the title because this guy had a good All-Star game.
yeah.
Just let it be.
Hey, all you that still watch this kind of stuff, Pro Bowl, All Star, y'all are almost as bad as the ones that watch the draft and make it a thing. No one asked for this. Nobody asked for all this coverage. I saw a bunch of like clips of like the Pro Bowl, like the games, like little mini games,
Yeah, yeah,
like because like Drake May was there, and I'm like, I don't need to see this dude until like football season.
right.
I could care less. So what? Why? What are we doing here? But yeah,
Yeah, it just, but it's that whole like super fan culture. Like I'm a super fan. I watch everything. Like, bro, no, good for you, bro. Nobody cares. Like, nobody. You're not winning a prize. It's like the people that will sit and watch like a whole parade.
oh,
And you're like, dude, like watch the funny important like, clips on Twitter or TikTok or whatever. Like, it's
dude,
you're not less of a fan because you don't watch that. You're not less of a fan
yeah.
because you're hanging on every word. Somebody had asked me, my coworker was like, "Hey, do you listen to the Fred Warner podcast?" I'm like, "No, I don't." Like, oh, really? Like, I would figure since you're a Niner fan, I'm like, I think he does it with his wife. I don't really like.
Yeah, and at that point, it's like, dude, it's like you're my boy, but like it's got to be a great podcast of things that I'm into for me to want to tune into it.
Right,
Like
and a
it's just,
lot of it is like garbage.
yeah. So you're like, yeah,
Like I love Fred Warner. Federico's my guy forever, but I don't need
you're like,
to.
I love Fred the linebacker. I'll leave it
Yeah,
at
like
that.
I
But
don't
like,
need to
just
listen to his podcast to be a fan of Fred Warner.
yeah, I don't need his like off season Saturday routine with the kids like by the lake. I'm cool. But
Right. Or
that's
there's the people like on 49er Twitter. I mean, I'm sure it's every fan base, but 49er Twitter, there's the people who, and I just think it's so weird and cringe. Like, I just like, I don't know that. But there's the people that will share pictures of George Kittle and his wife, and they'll be like, oh man, I love their marriage. I love their love.
oh yeah, yeah.
I'm like, you
You don't even know them, dude. Like,
don't know them. Like, that to me is like the most, it's so weird because I'm all for marriage. Get married, have like for sure. But it's just so weird. It's a weird thing to be like, oh my God, like I love them.
it's delusional. You're just like, huh, like,
And it is from these like accounts that's like, these supposed like super fans. You're like, you're not a bigger fan just because you follow the
oh,
wife.
they posted a pic of them together. Like,
Yeah,
okay,
just because you follow the wife of the player doesn't make you a bigger fan. Like it's just or the Dodger fans that follow Otani's like dog on Instagram or whatever. You're like, oh yeah, I love the dog, and you're like,
it's like you never even met the dog. Like, you're like, what, like,
yeah, bro, like the dog might like crap it on inside the house and bark at 2 a.m. and wake you up for no reason. I don't know. Like the dog might suck. So yeah,
yeah.
yeah, don't watch the All-Star game if you hate it. Nobody's forcing you, and no one's forcing you to go watch a Marvel movie. Uh, and you watch it, just enjoy it. That's it. And if you watch the All-Star game,
Yeah,
enjoy it. And if you don't, then turn that off.
that's the one thing I told my boy because he was like, "Sorry, Artie, I'm about to tee off on you," but he was like, "Dude, he's like, I've lost hope with all the Marvel movies." He gave me this whole spiel,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and I was like, "All right, well then, like, don't watch them. Like, just you don't have to go. If you're telling me you're out on Marvel movies, like, then great, more movies for me to watch.
Right, right.
I don't want to hear you complain about them." And he likes to instigate. He be sending me, bro. He was sending me like Messi edits, like the like little fan it, and I'm like, bro, I know you want to fight about Ronaldo, but I'm not even a soccer guy. I just like trolling, straight up, dude. So he sent me a reel of critics,
Yeah,
a montage of like critics talking bad about the new Captain America movie. Mind you,
yeah,
this is on Thursday. That's when the movie comes out, right? They say Friday's the day, right? The 14th, but
right.
you can watch it on Thursday, like in the afternoon.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, and so like he sends me this little montage, and I'm like, okay, this is on Thursday at like in the morning. So I'm
Yeah, yeah.
like, the general public has not seen the movie yet.
Right, right.
So I asked him, I was like, dude, I was like, have you even seen the movie?
Yeah,
Because I was gonna go watch it that day. I didn't watch it until Sunday, but I was like, did you watch it already? And he was like, yeah, I did. And I was like, where'd you watch it? Because I'm thinking like I'm about to catch this dude because the movie's not out.
yeah,
And
yeah,
he's like, yeah, oh, I know someone that works at a theater, so they got me in for the early screening for the employees. And I'm like, but you're out on Marvel movies. Don't watch them, bro. Don't
right.
watch them.
Yeah.
So I was just like, and then again, he was like, yeah, I was like, I lost all hope. And I'm like, but you went on a Wednesday night to go watch this. I bet you watched it for free too. So if I,
Right.
give me a break, bro. I paid for my ticket.
I lost all hope. Like Marvel's fine if you don't watch a movie.
Yeah, if you lost all hope, like you would have been out like 5 movies ago, bro. Like just
Yeah,
so
it's such it's a weird thing. People just hate watch, you know?
yeah, and it's like
I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't, you know. I'm not gonna watch the All-Star game. I'm not gonna watch a movie I don't want to watch. I'm not gonna watch a
yeah,
drama.
who's putting a gun to your head about these movies?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
and then I'll name other movies like other like maybe like not as like big mainstream movies. I'm like, well, have you seen this movie yet? And
yeah.
he's like, no, I only go for the blockbusters. I'm like, Artie, you need to figure it out, bro. Like, maybe that's why you're going for the big budget movies that they know are going to be flat. Maybe go check out the small movie that's like it might be a good story, it might be
Yeah.
good dialogue, good writer, but
Speaking of that, yeah, the one that was good, I just saw what's it called? Uh
in theaters or you streamed it?
We Live in Time. It's on HBO.
Oh, okay.
It's good. It's a good like love movie. I enjoyed it.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Andrew Garfield and Florence Pugh. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
nice.
I enjoyed it. It was good.
That's on Max. Okay, nice.
And
I'm gonna watch that tonight. I got Max. So,
yeah, it was a good enjoyable uh good
is it
enjoyable.
a romantic non-comedy movie? Like, is it? It's kind of giving that
Yeah.
vibe. Like, just
Well, yeah,
a drama, if you will.
yeah, yeah.
Okay,
It's a drama.
I'm cool with those. You know.
Uh, I mean, yeah, yeah. It's not a romantic comedy. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a more serious movie. If you,
Dang.
yeah, it's good. It's a good movie.
Nice,
It's not
nice,
like oh my god, the best. But it's fine. It was a good,
nice.
enjoyable movie. Final thing. Saturday, are you gonna watch any of the boxing? You got the big what is it? The
Riyadh season, right?
Riyadh. Yeah,
It's in the morning, isn't it? Isn't it
starts at
right?
8 a.m. Pacific time.
I think me and
8 a.m.
Trevor.
8 a.m. Pacific time, and the Bivol Berbatov is at 3 p.m.
Ah, man. I could probably watch. I have to go set up for the gig like at 2.
Dang.
So when you said 8 a.m., I'm like, oh, I could do that, but I forgot how many fights there are. Let me see. Let me see. Is there a UFC fight at night too? Because Trevor said fight night. Let me see.
Uh, I don't know.
I'll let you know.
Yeah, should be good. Should be fun. Big old card. Uh, Turkey is putting it all together, so
Okay.
um, we'll see. But yeah, uh,
I'll probably miss the Bibble fight, but I can watch the rest.
yeah.
But yeah.
It,
Hey
it,
yo, real quick, sorry, but did you
yeah,
see
yeah.
because we saw him at the Olympics, but Marco Verde, I think he's teaming up with Eddie Reynoso. I'm just
I
putting that
saw
out
that.
there. I just so
And Ryan supposedly is back with.
Ryan too. I'm like,
All right, here you go.
so
we'll see.
All right, yeah, I'm done. That's it.
Anything to plug?
This Sunday, Cambria, Garrett Niffin's birthday, 12 to 4. We're jamming, we're eating. I think his dad's gonna be barbecuing. But yeah, check my story for the details. But yeah, check that out.
There you go. All right. I'll talk to you next week.
Yeah.
That's the pod. Thank you to David. Thank you to Angel. Thank you to Triumph. Thank you to you for listening. You can find this podcast anywhere you get your podcasts, so please tune in, rate, review, and subscribe. I'll talk to you again on Monday. Harry's back. Baseball's back. Bobby Miller got hit in the head today. Not fun. Get into all of that. Baseball is going to be off of ESPN after this season. Harry's happy about that. Spoiler alert. But we get into all of that on Sunday with my guy Harry. As it's that time of the year again. Baseball is here. People lost their minds over the hockey stuff. People got excited over hockey. I didn't watch any, so I have no thoughts. USA. That's all I gotta say. God bless America. I think they lost, though. I think Canada won. Anyway, this is a roll call. Shall we? We shall. Hala Madrid, we find out who they play in the next round of the Champions League tomorrow. So we'll see by the time everything wraps up. By the time we wake up and have our coffee here, we will know. So anyway, so shout out to them. Girona on Sunday. Important game as things are not as great in La Liga. Man U, glory, Man United against Everton. Important game on Saturday that we have to win. And what else I got for you? Let's go Lakers. LeBron with a 40-piece today. Big win for the Lakers. Nuggets on Saturday. Hopefully Luka plays. And tough stretch for the Lakers. Key stretch for the Lakers coming up. So we'll keep our eyes out on that. And I'm not going to do Go Red Sox yet. Too early. I'll do it Sunday after the first pod. But that's it. And so glory, Man United. Hala Madrid. Let's go Lakers. The Arrows Up podcast is brought to you by Triumph Protective Coatings, a flooring company that specializes in epoxy flooring and concrete resurfacing systems. They speak Spanish, they're in the LA area, and they are an amazing company to work with. They have awesome customer service, and they give you honest quotes with great work, and I couldn't recommend them enough. So if you use the promo code Arrows Up, you get a 15% off on your next project. So call them, reach out to them. You can find them on the internet, triumphcoatingsca.com, and you can request a free quote and all that fun stuff. You can follow them on Instagram, triumph_coatings, and they do speak Spanish and they do great work, like I said. So check them out. Promo code Arrows Up, 15% off your next project.